Hey, Thomas, how are you? As good as can be under the circumstances. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to record this. Okay. No, not your side. Yes. So in today's coaching session, we're going to talk about how to build and, more importantly, maintain a high-value network. A lot of people can get cards. It's knowing what to do with them, how to maintain contact afterward. And so let's talk about first how to build a basic network, and then we'll go into the maintenance part afterwards. The first thing I want you to do is just take a look at the assets you already have in place. Everybody that you know in business, they should all know not just that you're an attorney, but specifically that you are a trust and estates attorneys. A lot of times attorneys just assume people know or will send them business. And that's probably the most common mistake I see in this regard. So make sure that everyone knows not only are you an attorney, but you're not the guy on Law and Order, or you're not Harvey Specter. Yes, I know you'd love to be. But that you are a trust and estates attorney and that you help high net worth individuals with their estate planning, that kind of thing. Yep. So contact everyone you know, make sure they know that, whatever it is, people you already have a close relationship with. Next thing I want you to do is go back through all of your alumni from law school and look them up on LinkedIn. Drop them a note. Hey, saw your profile, feeling nostalgia. Remember, our days in Palo Alto at Stanford and so on and so forth. Same with undergrad. Another thing I want you to do is to contact any attorneys you know who are at really high hourly rate type of firms, because at $500 an hour, you're going to be half of what someone at Wilson Sonsini or Skadden or Latham or whatever are charging, or close to it anyways, because I know a lot of them are at $1,000, even $1,500 nowadays. I do not know how that is sustainable, but clients are paying it. Yeah, and just let them know, look, if you're priced out of the market for a potential client, if you could refer them my way, I'd certainly appreciate it, and I'll certainly reciprocate in any way that I can. Good. Another thing I want you to do is it's very important to join either a country club or a city club. City club is basically a country club without the golf course. In San Diego, we were members of the University Club. Here, we're members of the Sterling Club, which is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen. Beautiful pool, private restaurants and bars for hosting clients and meetings, gym, tennis courts, just everything. Yeah, that old thing, establish your kingdom. You have to have a place where you can bring potential clients, where you're going to get treated as a VIP every single time. But the reason to join isn't just that, it's that the kind of people who are members of these clubs are the kind of people who would be your clients. These are going to be high net worth individuals. These are going to be people from the C-suite, entrepreneurs, that kind of thing. Yeah, and with our membership, not only can we go to the Sterling Club, but we can walk into any of, however many 100 clubs across the country. They're all part of a network called Club Corp. And city clubs are not as expensive. Like, I remember back in the 90s, La Jolla Country Club was probably a couple $100,000 to join, and, whatever the monthly fees were, plus minimum food and beverage. I know there's a club in New York where it's like $1.1 million to join. Whereas with the city club, it's typically a one-time thing of maybe $5,000, and our monthlies come out to maybe $400 or $500. But if you get one deal that's worth $50,000 to $100,000 through your networking at these clubs, the ROI kind of speaks for itself. Yeah, and they have regular member events. They have networking events at the Sterling Club. They have new member events at TPC Summerlin, things like that. And when you go there, don't be the cliche. Don't be the guy who walks out with 50 cards. I would rather see you walk out with the card of one high net worth individual or C-level individual Build rapport, talk about charities that you're involved in, talk about golf, tennis, whatever. Find something in common. And, if you leave with one business card and an invitation to get together for drinks or golf sometime, that's worth the other 50 business cards all day long. Yeah. Okay, maintenance. So how do you maintain contact with people? The first thing you're going to do is pick out your Hot 100. And these are the 100 people who are most likely to refer your business or, to enhance your life in some way, whatever it is, but people who you really want to keep in touch with. Out of those 100 people, you'll pick 20 that you're going to call every month. No, not text or email. Everybody gets text, email all the time. So there's a certain magic to the human voice nowadays. Even if it's just a voicemail, if you call them up and say, hey, Susan, it was great seeing you at the club. I remember, how much fun we had, whatever it is. Hope to talk to you again soon. Just something short and sweet, but it has really a deeper effect on the psyche than all the emails and text in the world. Yeah, if I could do it with more people, I would, but I like to keep it, I have 20 business days in a month, so I'll call everybody one person on each day, and that way it's only a couple minutes. The other thing I do is I email two people a really personal email that could only come between them and I. Like I remember the last time we were playing golf and, you hit that ball into the bunker or whatever it was. So it's obvious it's not part of a mass emailing. And I do that with two people every business day. And so between the one phone call and the two emails, I'm spending maybe 5 to 15 minutes if I get some phone time in there. Yeah, the last is keeping in touch with the masses. So I have databases of probably close to 200,000 attorneys and executives across the country because I'm a headhunter. That's my business. Obviously, I can't keep in touch with all of them, but I can do what's called mail merging. Just Google how to mail merge, but basically instead of putting everyone in a CC in an email or emailing yourself and putting everyone in a blind CC, which looks very tacky, it allows you to email everybody, and it's like it'll automatically say, hi Bob, hi Susan, hi Thomas, whatever it is, and no one sees anyone else in a CC. So it's much more professional and much better. Yeah, so remember, when you go out to events, it's better to find one person than 50. When you go through your network, you want to identify the 20 most important and valuable people to you. And by the way, that'll change sometimes. If I meet somebody who's the head of a 1,000 attorney law firm, I might bump one of my 20 people down into the 80 people set. And then 80 people get an email. If you do just those two things, you're keeping in touch with 100 people every single month. And then the newsletter or whatever else it is will give you access to an unlimited amount of people to keep in touch with. All right, man. Next time, we're going to teach you how to get quoted in Forbes and Success and Reader's Digest and all these places that you constantly see me, because it really helps your SEO and lends, authority and expertise to your brand as an individual. Good stuff. Yep. Look forward to it. Bye-bye. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?